Hello?
Hey.
What? Really, Mace?
Yeah.
Who's gay? Hello?
Hear me now?
What?
Can you hear me now?
Kind of.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
7 days.
Fuck. It was on mute.
Of course.
Hello and welcome to Two Guys and a Few Good Men. I am TJ Washuk.
And I'm Garrett Lowberg.
And this is Movie Lowdown for the week of February 25th, 2019.
So, why don't we get right into the stuff we talk about?
Yeah, the news.
The news. First up this week, we've got a new comedy coming out it's called Brothers. And they just announced who they're going to have as the brothers in the movie. And do you want to reveal that one?
It's going to be Josh Brolin and Peter Dinklage.
I like this combo.
Yeah.
It seems like a fun combo.
You can already tell that Josh Brolin is going to be like the serious guy, most likely.
Yep.
And then Peter Dinklage probably will be the goofy guy.
I love Peter Dinklage in the sense that he can play anything from like a funny character to a very serious character, like Bolivar Trask when he was in the Days of Future Past. I really liked him in that movie.
Yeah.
And like there's certain roles that he's kind of silly in, and I like that too.
Or in Game of Thrones, he's great in that.
Yeah, very good in that. So it'd be awesome to see. It's going to be by the Tropic Thunder writer Ethan Coen. Also, what was the other movie?
Men in Black.
Men in Black.
Men in Black 3, I think.
And I didn't mind Men in Black 3. I thought it was a cash grab, but I think it was still like it had some fun in it.
Yeah. But I guess we don't really know too much about it. It's just going to be called Brothers, but
yeah, it's just it came up last night at I think 10 o'clock. So we just kind of threw it in there because those two actors would probably really do a good job.
Make a fun movie.
Yeah. So next up on our news, not a lot this week again. It's been kind of a dry spell, but Will Smith has departed Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah, I mean, kind of saw this coming because we knew that Margot Robbie wasn't going to be in it, and I don't think any of the other characters were going to be back in this Suicide Squad. So what I'm guessing is just going to be a complete reboot.
Yeah,
type of deal, you know.
It's kind of like how they had the animated one. Remember, they had two versions, and then they both had different squads on each one of them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So they probably are going to be back in their cages, obviously. Like, Harley Quinn did something wrong, So they did it again, she got caught, and then there's going to be other people that they caught, and I think they're going to... they were talking about DC, how they're really revamping things right now, and I've been hearing a lot about that, especially their shows, and I'm really liking what they're doing. Now, this is fingers crossed for Flashpoint when it does come out, and, Wonder Woman 2, I guess, is coming out soon.
Yeah, was it 1987, something like that, 84?
So, but I think that putting him on the squad, or putting James Gunn on there, is just, like, so wholesome. It's good for music-wise, like, they can do the same thing they did last time, probably without blowing the budget. And it'll be a little bit more grittier, I think. And I think that this
like
is kind of...
a gritty version of Guardians of the Galaxy is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, pretty close to that. So, but I think... I was laughing because somebody put up a thing on Will Smith about how he, like, turns down the worst movies. Like, he turned down The Matrix for Wild Wild West.
Yeah, that's right.
And... there's a couple other ones, but his track record for movies after that was kind of like all animated, like the shark movie. I'm trying to think of what that...
Shark's Tale?
Shark's Tale.
Yeah.
His newest movies, him as an animated pigeon detective, like...
Oh, yeah.
Or secret agent. So it's just, there's a lot of, like, questions, like whether he's doing this for his family, makes more money that way, or if he's, like, legitimately just making really bad passes at movies.
I think he's just doing it for the money.
Yeah, I agree.
Honestly.
I think after, like, Wild Wild West, I think that was really what he did that for, was make good money, not for the acting. I think he did that really,
I mean, look at the genie.
That nightmare is just not acceptable.
I mean, we thought that Detective Pikachu was going to be a disaster. But now we look at the genie in Aladdin and like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah. So, but we'll see what Will Smith does next. Obviously, he's got that Pigeon movie coming up, and I wonder what else he's going to have ready for 2019. If it's not his YouTube channel.
Yeah, for real.
Let's
get into this topic.
This one is very how do I say this? Discouraging.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we've been hearing the news about Captain Marvel, for one, being trolled by people that think that this is being about sexism.
Yeah.
And I didn't really believe that it was a kind of agenda for them until they put up on Entertainment News. They put up this thing that says, Nick Fury and Captain Marvel fight, are riding around the galaxy fighting aliens and sexism.
Yeah.
And it just made me go, maybe people that were bashing this weren't maybe that off. Maybe they were a little bit sensitive about it, but I'm starting to see a pattern to where, a lot of people are saying that Captain Marvel is going to be very much about girl power. And
so they're making it another Ghostbusters, I guess.
I would say, probably that's kind of what they're thinking.
But I don't think so.
Yeah, but the thing I'm seeing is that, I'm very worried about the movie, because for one, they've dropped so many trailers, which usually is what you do when you have a bomb movie. You got a movie that has an agenda, and now people are coming out and saying that a lot of the reasons for reshoots for Avengers Endgame are because Brie Larson wanted a bigger part in it, even though they have no clue how they're going to react to her movie. It's not like Black Panther, where they had no clue going in, so they just added a little bit of Wakanda into Infinity War.
Yeah.
It was a big centerpiece for it, but so...
Well, they also had him in Civil War, which I think helped with his movie.
And the excitement that it generated from that. Yeah. But my thing is, she has no... people are projecting that this is going to be great. I have no doubt that it's going to be a Marvel movie. It's going to be action-packed. But I also said to you last night, there's going to probably be some scenes where you roll your eyes and go, come on, we all know this. It doesn't need to be in this movie.
Yeah, but also, do we know it's going to be a sexism type of a movie?
Well, if in the article they're already saying that she's fighting that, then obviously.
But that's what the media is saying, not the critics.
Well, I know that. So I'm just saying I think that's going to be a big part of it. Mm-hmm. Not a big part of it, but something that it does drive the movie. Oh, well, she's just a girl superhero. She'll be. She needs our help. Or I think that's going to be brought up a couple of times, and she's going to be like, "Oh, I can do it myself."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and even though it's not because she's just a girl. It's our human nature to help people. I don't know. I'm not one of those people that's giving it a bad. If it ends up being like that, I'm going in to get a takeaway from the action.
Yeah.
And superhero stuff and the nerdy stuff.
And then how does it connect to the next movie?
Exactly. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think that they're going to try and pull this as a...
I don't think so.
No?
I think I think it's just hearsay right now, just to add more hype to the movie.
And you know what? That wouldn't surprise me if they're trying a new campaign where they, harass the movie and see if they get more people.
Sometimes that works,
Oh, it easily works.
Yeah.
But it's just... sometimes it can make it the pushback from people. That's the sucky part, especially why now they're actually going to be taking away the ability to rate movies if you have not seen them yet, if they're not out.
Yeah, that's how it should be. We were saying this ever since we started doing this movie Lowdown, how it's so bullshit that they put up the movie ratings even before the movie's released.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we saw that Rotten Tomatoes took down the comments and then the rating for Captain Marvel.
Yep, and that's going to level the playing field. We'll get reviews when it comes out,
Yeah.
And I'm happy with... I'm not happy with Rotten Tomatoes, but I'll take their scoring, because I do read personal people that watch the movie that I really like, and then you can see their opinions. I don't go by the consensus of everybody.
The top one. You just scroll down and look at what everyone others saying.
A lot of people that aren't in the media, I like looking at theirs.
Or the guy on the Arizona Republic. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like his take on things.
So I mean, it's just. If you give somebody a platform to complain or to, it's just like they did with Ghostbusters, like you were saying. People were like, there was a meme that's like, did you hear they're making an all-female Ghostbusters? Oh, how lame. And it turns around and he's like, I'm an adult virgin.
Oh my god.
But it's true. Like, I don't get it. I personally just say that because I don't want to, like, see Marvel go into this. They've done so good for 10 years. I don't want to see them start crashing and burning now.
Like Star Wars?
Yeah. Because they're at that fast peak where they could be, like, potentially where Star Wars is right now. Instead, in the case of story and likability. So it'd be really sucky to see that kind of just take a dip. And, yeah, you're going to have some people hate it, but as long as there's action in it.
Yeah, and then also, apparently that people are already leaving reviews for the new Star Wars on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's right.
We saw that. So it's like another thing. Like, what the heck? Why are you allowing this? I'm glad, finally doing something about it.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. So it'll stop it. I think that's fine with me. So, next up we got
Kevin Feige and the Guardians of the Galaxy. So apparently the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is going to be the setup for the next movies for 10 to 20 years.
Yep.
10 to 20 years, this one movie is going to be setting up. What the heck?
I watched an interview with him today that it was like somebody else like doing a YouTube video, and he was like, how cool is it going to be? Like, for the 20 years that I've worked here, we soon will have like almost all the Marvel characters.
In the movie.
Well, no, to use for the movie.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I mean, if you think about how many back catalog characters there are in Marvel, how many...
What if Avengers 3 is like a reboot of the universe? Is that what...
That would be nuts. That would be absolutely bananas.
Kind of like what they did with DC.
Yeah, because I mean, like they're going through different universes, so I mean, they might just like try to find that perfect one that they can go in. But I mean, it comes back to the like, how would that affect that universe that they go into, and does that change everyone into that timeline? Is Peter Parker still Spider-Man? Does Doctor Strange still have all the events happen in his, to where he fights Dormammu? It gets like, how are we going to fix that? It'll completely cripple the timeline if that happens. And they can start new, but also all the old fans are going to be like, what? So,
I don't know. Why else would it be a setup for the next movies? I don't know.
Well, I think for one, they hinted Adam Warlock at the end.
Yeah, on the second one, right?
So easily they can do anything with those that big group of people, and he could
these
be like,
mega characters, I guess.
Yeah, and then they have cosmic characters, so the next couple of years they're going to be doing the Eternals.
Oh, and they'll probably bring in Silver Surfer, I'm assuming.
They could, yeah, and that kind of opens up for, if they're already getting Fox, they're already getting the Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah.
So that the Fantastic Four will be in it, so you can easily go, okay, well, they can bring Silver Surfer, they can bring Doctor Doom, they can bring Galactus, they can do a lot of stuff. And they obviously are setting up for the new Avengers. They want to get like the last hoorah in for these Avengers that are going in, so that's why they all survived the snap, and all the ones that are probably going to be the new Avengers, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, they will be the new Avengers.
I see, yeah.
So they could have probably made, that Guardians could join in with them, so they would probably have like all the characters that are joining the Guardians in 3, if they were, could easily be shipped off to Earth. Rocket's, I mean, if you think about it, Rocket's an Avenger in this next movie, as the Avengers are walking down. Rocket's
in that scene.
Yeah, Rocket's in there, so it's like, it's kind of weird to think about now.
He's an Avenger,
like on the roster. I mean, if he ever comes back to Earth, he easily knows where to go and who to contact.
Yeah, that's wild.
So, but it doesn't surprise me that they had about 10 to 20. I think 20 years would be pushing it for me.
Yeah.
I think 10 is about a perfect amount with what they probably had planned, but Kevin Feige was like, look what we can do.
But also, are they going to keep releasing 3 superhero movies a year for the next 20 years?
Well, that's what Kevin Feige actually said in another interview, is that 3 movies is equally what he could do every year.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's coming to a conclusion now, so they can start doing new stuff. Mm-hmm. I mean, them purchasing Fox and all these other entities, it's actually like genius at the time. Is like they're closing out this like timeline, like you said. Mm-hmm. So they could potentially just close the timeline off and say, "Welcome back to Earth 215," and everything's back to what it was before Thanos. But
speaking of Fox purchases, we were kind of discussing this a few months back about Disney acquiring Hulu, and it seems like that's going to happen.
Yep.
So what my guess is they'll make Disney Plus like the kid-friendly, family-friendly version, and then Hulu, the more adult HBO shows.
Yep,
will be on there.
I was just thinking that I saw it. I think I tagged you in it this morning.
Yeah.
I would be really interested to see what they do, especially if they moved over like any of the Marvel properties.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think they would do. That'd be the way to go. Have two different.
It also is still owned by Netflix for 2 more years.
Yeah, but they're not doing a new Punisher. They're not doing another Jessica Jones.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Is that
they still have to wait.
Yeah, they have to wait those 2 years before the contract. Yeah, so it's Disney's looking like it's going in the right direction. I really still can't wait for Disney Plus. I'm so excited, and it's not even like the fact that it's gonna have Disney movies. I really could care less. There's a couple that I'd like to see, once in a while.
Yeah,
but easily for all the Avengers stuff or all the Marvel stuff. I'm guessing they're going to be doing all the Lego stuff on there. I actually think those are campy and hilarious.
Yeah, they're very campy.
But I'm really excited for Disney Plus.
Yeah, I hope it's not, we were kind of talking about this, how it's going to be set up kind of like their theme parks, like the layout. So I'm hoping they'll have some behind the scenes even in the videos, some get to know the character videos, some exclusives that you wouldn't necessarily get from seeing the movie or from the Blu-ray disc, some Disney Plus exclusives,
It's I don't know when that comes out, but whenever it does,
it's supposed to be coming in the spring.
Spring, okay.
So I'm gonna guess May.
Yeah, easily probably the summertime, right before summertime, where it's gonna be dropping all this other stuff. So, but yeah, excited for it. And it's probably my most excitedness for this year, other than Endgame.
Oh, and the Joker.
And the Joker too, yeah.
All right, well that is it for this week's news. Let's roll into the trailers.
Where are they?
Here.
We got movie trailers. Alright, first up, we've got The Man Who Killed Don Quixote.
Yes, Don Quixote, which is being directed by Terry Gilliam, who worked on Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, Monty Python, The Holy Grail, so it's going to be freaking weird, but also funny.
Yeah. Terry Gilliam is a freaking awesome director. I heard about I think we were talking about this early when we were doing the first movie Lowdowns. I think I saw this on there, and we decided it wasn't a big story.
Yeah.
Because we were just Adam Driver, that's all that's in it. Mm-hmm. And so I remember it being kind of this. Oh, it's Adam Driver. He's really hot right now. I wonder what kind of movie. And they said it was a comedy. So it's kind of it looks really fun. I was really surprised that I thought it was going to be kind of a boring movie. Yeah. This looks like a lot of fun, a lot of action, a lot of trippiness to it. I guess he's either in a dream or... Very much like Dr. Parnassus, Yeah. So, I'm interested in this movie. I think it's Adam Driver, what was his name? Jonathan Pryce. There's a couple other actors in it that I don't really that aren't really big right now. No, but still looks good. It comes out April 10th. I wonder if it's gonna be rated R. I'm guessing definitely PG-13. Yeah, but it could push R. I don't know. Potentially, if it has we'll see. It's at 2 hours and 12 minutes right now. So I mean, it's a pretty long movie. Yeah. And then also. It looks fantastic visually. Yeah, it looks really fun. So, that's one that we'll probably see. Yeah. If there's a lull in time in April. But let's move on to the next. Yeah. Next up, we've got Detective Pikachu. It's the second trailer. We try not to do second trailers, but this one was way too good. Personal note on mine, I actually know a guy that composed the beginning, opening the dun-dun-dun, I wanna be the very best. I actually went to middle school and elementary and high school with him. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah, when he put it up on his Facebook, like, oh, I worked on it, I was like, wait, what?
Hell yeah, good for him.
But yeah, second trailer, a lot more Pokemon shown.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was all be like first gen Pokemon, but no, they sprinkled in a lot.
There's every. I mean, if you looked in the background at one point, there's Palkia, Giratina, in the background. So like, it's still like the whole world mythology about it is going to be there.
Yeah, so it takes place in a city, but we don't know what city though, right?
I think they like released the city name, but it's.
Is it not part of the game?
No.
Oh.
So here's my take on it right now.
Uh-huh.
They show an evil base. They show Mewtwo.
Team Rocket.
I don't know if it's Team Rocket. It might be a different team because it's like the movie universe. It might be Rocket. But I think it's going to be the same events as the first Pokemon movie, where the dad that goes missing was working on Mewtwo.
Yeah.
And, you know, he wanted to get data out, and so he ends up getting hit by that, like they show that thing hit his car, and he either gets away, and, like, Pikachu just knows about it because he was maybe, getting experimented on at the facility, and they're trying to teach Pokemon how to talk or so. So it seems kind of self-explanatory, so I'm hoping that it doesn't end up like that, and it's like...
Now that you're pointing those things out, it seems like that might be it.
Yeah, I was like looking at I was watching the trailer, a deep dive on it, and I'm like sitting there pausing it, and I was like, that facility, and then Mewtwo at the end, obviously they're doing something with Mewtwo in there.
Yeah, and they were shocking Pokemon. Yeah, I don't know.
So I like the underground fighting ring though.
That's cool. It reminds me of the Pokemon DX, whatever it's called.
And then like or Pokken or something.
Pokken, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
Pokken.
So this was I was really surprised. I love Ludicolo. Oh, when he's just like, another, and he like looks at him, he's like,
that's the Mexican looking guy. Yeah. Oh, okay. Which gen is that guy from?
I want to say 3 from
Sapphire and all that.
Sapphire, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But just like it was really cool to see him realistic, and
it's cool to see them all realistic, except for maybe
Ambipom,
and also Lickitung was kind of weird.
Lickitung was definitely. You know what? They didn't make him as slimy looking as I thought they would make him.
Yeah,
like his tongue's like slimy looking, but like him as Pokemon himself, I was like, they're gonna make him look ugly, you know. I thought he looked good. I just think his tongue's kind of creepy.
Yeah, I think the better looking ones is Jigglypuff and Mr. Mime.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I always saw like Pokemon like mock-ups like that.
Yeah, online.
And I wonder if that same person, because it was like coming from the same person on Reddit, like a lot of the ones that were on Reddit. On the Pokemon
I wonder
page.
If those were all.
I wonder if they were like.
Probably.
Yeah, because I mean they probably had to have been working on this for as much as they have done with that trailer. Like they've had to have this done for maybe a year or so, and they're just tweaking a lot of stuff, or they're adding scenes. Because this just looks like this has got done so fast. Like
it would make sense that they had all that artwork being taken care of. You know, the concept art.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you just post it on Reddit to like hype the lookup? Because they look creepy as hell.
Because there's always like different variations we would see online, and like each one looked a little different. So maybe they were just testing the waters.
That's what I was thinking. But you know, now that I kind of looked past the trailer and saw a lot of what's going on, I really do hope that it's not as much of a generic story as the first Pokemon movie. Like, I get that you're trying to make your first animated or your live action movie, but I really hope that they don't go into the territory of like that first movie that obviously got really bad scores, like just because it's an animated movie and not everyone liked Pokemon and got what it was about. So,
plus they can't redo the scene where Ash cries.
No,
you can't redo it.
Can't. Yeah. Like, I wonder if they'll try in this movie. I'm sure they'll have it, like, because he's carrying Pikachu at one point. So I wonder if, like,
well, you know that something's going to happen to Pikachu, and he's going to start feeling bad for him.
Yeah,
you can tell. But yeah, that's Pokemon Trailer 2. Let's move into the next trailer, or I guess Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu. All right,
and we have this next trailer. That's also a second to the first one, I guess.
This franchise is killing me right now.
Why?
Like, because you just hear bad things about it, and then that second trailer that they came out with,
Which was better than first.
That was better than the first, and this is actually the third one.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah, and they had the nuts to put official on there.
Yeah.
I was like, but the second one was so disappointing. So disappointing, and it just gave away. And I feel like I still know exactly what happens in this movie. It's super obvious.
Yeah.
You know, Jean goes up to space. Jean ends up interacting with this entity, becomes into the Phoenix Force, gives her supernatural powers.
That blonde chick is actually in her head.
That's what I'm thinking right now, because when she shows her that scene where it's like, you know, everything turns into space.
Yeah.
I was like either she's tripping balls or she's got a really cool mutant ability to like control perception, and how other way to control perception and be the mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and like all the other scenes that they've released on the trailers, she's always been alone with her, so like that would make sense. And then like she's sitting there and she's like,
well,
why did you hurt her? And she's talking to
in the second trailer that shows her goes to the church and meets her. So she was obviously by herself, you know, in that scene too.
So that's why I pulled together. I was like, you know what? That makes sense that she could probably be in her head, because
that makes so much sense.
Yeah,
she's the one that's making this chaos happen.
Yeah, and but it's just there's a lot of like anger towards Charles. So I'm wondering what he did in order to
provoke this.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he did like an Umbrella Academy and suppressed her powers by saying that she didn't have any powers, or
maybe
but like I don't understand, like this kind of like that's one part confuses me. Like, what did he do? Like, did he trigger this, like taking her up there, and like is that why it's his fault?
And they're like, you knew her powers all along.
Yeah. So but this trailer got me hyped. I liked the end of it where they had like the collars on.
Yeah.
From Deadpool, and they were in the same train that Deadpool
very
was
similar
in.
Yeah,
and like they're in like the different like little stalls. Like everyone's in their own little area. I like that she crushes Magneto's helmet.
Yeah.
And like squishes his head. Oh, that was.
Or when he picks up those assault rifles with his magnet powers.
Yeah, just uses them. And the weird part about that is the person he's shooting at in that scene has blonde hair, so it looks like. So like that's what I'm wondering if like that it's just a theory right now, but yeah, it's.
I don't know. But anyways, I'm excited for this, and this comes out, what, in April?
Yeah, and it has all the cast from the other movies, which is fine with me. This might be the last movie that they get.
No, I think it is.
Yeah.
I think that's what they said, too. It's going to be the last one.
So I know that they're rebooting. The big thing is that they're rebooting Wolverine for Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're talking about right now. That's the rumor out there right now, that he's probably going to have like an origin where he's younger and maybe goes through time, because Kevin Feige did say that all the shows, anything that's in the MCU, will be dealing with the past, present, and future.
Holy shit.
So I think the future is going to be with like Captain America's not going to be in it, and they have the Falcon and Bucky. Winter Soldier, they're going to be both in the TV show. I'm guessing either one of them take up the mantle of Captain America, or...
Are they going to have, what's-his-face's future? In Deadpool 2? That type of future? Like where it's like a barren wasteland?
It might be, you know, but
yeah.
Either way, this is exciting, because whether they, you know... the one thing I said was the MCU on the patches. Yeah. Which was pretty funny, because it's like either hinting that they're going to be coming to the MCU, or they just... It might be that it's mutant control unit.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember if they had that in Deadpool 2 with that control unit.
I don't know if they were called, like... I didn't know if they had the patches.
I don't remember.
But I wonder if Deadpool will be in this.
Oh, that'd be crazy turn of events.
Yeah, like maybe like they're all talking about something like important in the movie, and like that scene where he like opens up the how cool would that be if they did something like that? Yeah,
that would be cool.
I doubt that they're gonna do that, but hey,
if they
just
did
a thing, you know, that
would be such a cool thing to do.
like that's breaking the fourth wall twice, like in a movie. So but yeah, that's Dark Phoenix. It's coming out in the summer.
Let's move on to our last trailer. right, last up we have Stockholm, which is a crime comedy drama.
Yeah, it definitely covered everything in the trailer.
Yeah.
This is going to be by Robert Bordeaux.
Yeah, Robert Bordeaux, written and directed.
Yep. I've never seen anything that he's done before.
No.
But Naomi Rapace is in it. Ethan Hawke, Mark Strong, a strong cast.
Yeah, just those three characters are pretty
but
good.
even like Ethan Hawke looks great in it.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke looks unhinged and absolutely spectacular in this one.
Yeah, so apparently they are two Americans that try to rob a bank that's in Stockholm, Sweden, and creates a big, huge hostage situation in the 70s. And this is based on a true story. So this happened, but of course it's skewed a little bit.
Yeah.
What happened. But it's still based off of something that happened, which is crazy.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a Stockholm, but also Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
I like how they have that because
The play on words.
Yeah, it's and they show that in the movie how he ends up like falling in love with this girl. I don't know if it's falling in love, but like she ends up at least kissing him, and
Yeah, it seems like she has a husband and kids too.
so it looks really good. I didn't hear about this one. It looks like it's coming out in 2019 for us.
Yeah.
But this was, I guess, originally filmed in 2018 or released in 2018.
Something like that. It's Canadian,
That's why.
so it's probably one of the Canadian film festivals, probably. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to see the rating on it, but I don't see it.
Up at the top. Sure it has one.
No, it doesn't show it.
Yeah. I'm guessing R.
Yeah.
In this one.
Most likely we'll see Naomi Rapace naked in this, like she's always naked.
Yeah, I know, right? You said it, I didn't have to.
I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman. But yeah, that is it for our movie trailers for the week. Let's move into our review, man.
Yeah.
You are someone very special.
Hey, kid.
Not just a teenage girl.
Hey, what's your problem?
You can't remember.
What do you mean?
Doc found you in the scrapyard. So you must be from up there.
And I'm just an insignificant girl.
So we were originally like not going to go see anything this week because everything looked like absolute garbage. But TJ talked me into seeing Alita.
Yeah, Alita Battle Angel, which is based off a manga graphic novel, and it's directed by Robert Rodriguez. He worked on Spy Kids and, of course, From Dusk Till Dawn. Dimension Films guy, but I don't think this was a Dimensions film because it was produced by James Cameron and written. The screenplay was done by James Cameron.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, apparently he wanted to direct this movie too, but he's working on Avatar right now.
Yeah,
and he doesn't have time.
Yeah.
But Rodriguez does awesome with directing movies like this, especially like sci-fi's. Really great. But Rosa Salazar, she was a strong actress, I thought, in this movie.
Christopher
Never seen her before.
Waltz
Yeah.
was by far like super surprising. Like I liked the thing I liked about this movie is that it did not. I thought the trailer gave away a lot. That's kind of why I didn't want to see it. Is because I figured like it's super obviously what's going to happen. I like the fact that she had almost like 3 bodies at one point.
Yeah.
Like she's 300 years old. There's a lot of stuff that's not covered in the trailer that you think you're going to go in it.
Exactly. I thought it was going to be like a shit movie when I first saw the trailers, honestly. I thought it was going to be really cheesy.
But it was just very strong. Like it was a little boring sometimes.
There's some small parts. I mean, it is a 2-hour and like 20-minute movie. 2 hours and 2 minutes.
But still a long time. But the action in it was like... So at one point, I like that whole time I had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I could tell.
I know I wasn't dancing too much, but I was just being like, you know, trying to like move around. My legs were getting tired. But like I had to pee at one point, and like I had to like say to myself like, okay, like I'm not gonna miss anything. And like waiting like 5 or like 10 seconds in, all of a sudden it was like, there's a new scene and it looks good. I'm gonna miss something and I'm gonna be pissed that I missed it. So they never. I just realized they never really dive into her
backstory.
Yeah.
So it seems like they're gonna make a sequel based off the ending of this one. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they will, but it seems like they will.
Yeah.
And probably they'll cover it in that.
I mean, it did win the box office one week, so
okay.
I mean, that's usually enough to be like, let's have a sequel.
And they're not going to have, a lot of these stars, so they don't have to pay them.
Yeah.
Like Jennifer Connelly. She was great in it. She only had a few scenes. Mahershala Ali is always good, but he's not in the next one.
The big character I really loved was Ed Norton doing nothing the whole movie.
Yeah.
He could have been
Dr. Robotnik.
I was just going to say that. He could have been Dr. Robotnik, and I would have been happy with that. Like just
off his look.
mustache. Yeah.
He looks like a Dr. Robotnik in this movie.
They could easily give him like weight too. Like he could have Robotnik has a skinny face. He's just got a weird ass body.
Yeah.
So they could have easily done that. It's just like.
But now it's kind of like a glimpse at what Jim Carrey could look like, I guess.
I guess, yeah. So we'll see. We still need another trailer for that, or a trailer.
A trailer.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that it's generated so much buzz that it's like having a trailer out, but it doesn't.
No, it was a snippet. But yeah, this movie had great action scenes. Was really impressed. I liked the powers that she got. That was pretty dope. Like when she got the sword, she was able to power up the sword.
Yep. And all she had to do is use they were like, we don't know what it does.
Yeah, it does something.
Figure it out. But does he end up dying in the end?
Christopher Waltz?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I couldn't remember, but
I know that they're on the run though from whatever.
Yeah, because now she's, I'm sure, on a bounty or whatever.
Something like that.
Well, no, she's good at the end because she's in the game, but
yeah, that's true.
But I'm guessing the dad would probably be.
Makes you wonder what happens to the hunters then if she just destroyed their base.
Yeah, or I think that was just a place they could drink, but
no, the where they keep the robots.
Oh yeah,
and you check in to get your coins.
That's right. She
did credits.
I liked when she fought all the T-9000.
Yeah, that was cool.
So, but it was very surprising. I thought it was going to be a lot less fun. I thought it was going to be fun, but I didn't think it was going to have so much drama in it that it kind of keeps you going throughout the whole movie. And I will say that my biggest gripe is the end.
Yeah,
them cutting it off. Because it felt like finally they were going somewhere with this, and it really felt like I was like, oh,
we're going up to the top.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it was like, no, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm waiting for the next movie.
That's what it seems like.
So I'm guessing that they'll probably dive into her backstory in the next movie a lot more. I'm sure that's
probably
why
have
they saved it up.
What do you call it? Flashbacks and stuff.
So.
Oh, look who was Gorwishka. Jack Earl Haley.
Oh,
the guy that was in Watchmen.
Yeah, you know what? For a second, I thought I saw him from that, 'cause you could see his face,
he's just blown out, buff looking face.
Even his face looked a little bad CGI'd because you could tell that they just pulled his skin,
gave him cauliflower ears like a fighter.
Yeah. But I liked all the robots in it. I think that was cool. I like the concept of the robots are just all around them. And everyone's got robotic parts.
Very cyberpunk-like.
I don't understand why a lot of people were missing random limbs though.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, that the nurse
that, or maybe they wanted these limbs. In the future,
maybe.
you can ask for a special arm,
or it did look like a wasteland down there. So maybe people are just like, oh, I don't have your money. Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah, I definitely give it 5 chocolate bars out of 5 chocolate bars.
I said this with my friends when I first saw it, because this is my second time seeing it. It makes me want a Metroid movie now.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Just because Rosa Salazar was just a strong female lead, and I could definitely see someone pulling off that, but for a Metroid as Samus.
Well, think about all of her moves that were done there. They were so organic to watch. They didn't look like blurs, animated blurs. It looked like they just took video of somebody and CGI'd over that.
They actually showed her do these moves instead of half cut off and stuff like that.
Or change the angle of it.
Yeah, exactly. They do that a lot in fighting movies.
There was a couple of shots that were actually one pan, and I was like, that was really impressive. Like 2 or 3 minute shots that were just one camera angle. But yeah, the fighting scenes were probably the best out of everything.
But yeah, that is Alita Battle Angel. And do we have a question?
I do.
Cool.
We were watching the trailers in the theater. We were watching the Godzilla one. Rewatching it.
Oh yeah.
Who do you think is going to be the? I mean, obviously Rodan, the three-headed dragon's probably going to be the antagonist.
Most likely.
But who of the other two creatures do you think are Mothra or not Rodan? King Ghidorah is the three-headed. Rodan's the other pterodactyl thing.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to be the villains, if not all of them, in this movie? Because they were saying that some of them are here to help us.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
remember
yeah.
he says, like, some of them are here. We got to figure out which ones are here to help us and which ones are here to destroy us.
Wow, yeah.
So, and I know that Mothra is usually the good guy in all of this. So I'm hoping that Mothra is the protagonist in this and helps, like at one point I want him to lift up Godzilla and just do a hyper beam right to the King Ghidorah and like shoot a head off.
Oh my god.
Here, Godzilla, I got you, fam.
Right?
So, but who do you think is going to be the villain in this movie other than King Ghidorah?
And this is a lead up to the Godzilla versus King Kong movie. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this happens, you know?
Yeah.
If they pull it off right.
At like the end of it, they're going to pack him up and just drop him on King Kong's island. Like, have fun.
Then I wonder if there's going to be a Mecha Godzilla.
Ooh, you know, there's so many monsters in it already that I wouldn't be surprised me if they're hiding something like that. Mm-hmm. That would be pretty cool. Like, because they show a big area, like the big lab in it. And, like, it looks like Godzilla swimming through. It'd be really crazy if it wasn't Godzilla.
Yeah, it was Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla at the very end fight.
I think it would help them, actually. I think they would build it to help them, and then
I see.
Fight it, like the government might take over it, and I don't know. That's getting into way too much of that. It's cool. I like that they're doing very limited trailers. They're not trying to push it. At the same time, like, their trailers are pretty good enough as they are.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't reveal too much.
So,
but yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I am TJ Washuk.
And I am a guitar.
We love you, and good night. This has been a Two Guys Production.